Previously on Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. Rather than a nun, for all we know, she said, "I'ma be not of that," and became an Ama diver.
Oh my god!
But this guy.
I love this guy.
Yeah. And now back to the abyss. And dive for some more treasures, baby. Those ranks are not gonna go up by themselves, are they? Hello, everybody. User Evans here, and I'm back here with Seth. Say hello, Seth.
Yeah.
But yeah, today we are a little bit on the clock because we have some things to do on the later on. So we'll just get to this fast. Either way, this was a very long chapter, but a good one nonetheless. A lot of lore.
Yeah, also, yay, I get to struggle more on trying to pronounce long Japanese words.
Yep. We basically completed these two. Well, with Yusa, I'm thinking we still got an event that's gonna be, like, show up here in the past or something. I mean, with Sato too. I don't know. You never know with these things.
Yeah, I'm very convinced that we're not done with Yusa or Sato.
Yeah, we just
we're not done with anyone yet.
Yeah.
We're not done with anyone yet.
Yeah, but for now, the only one that we have available is Arnav, or Arvi, as he... I don't know, Arvi.
Avi.
Avi, as he calls himself. Nickname. And then, after doing one of these, I'm thinking that this is what it's gonna unlock. We'll see. Treasure Hunt Part 1.
Oh boy. And I'm happy I actually have a proper drink this time, and I don't have to take a break in the middle of it just to get a drink.
Ryokan Guest Room. Oh yeah, and also Circe here, it's just here for the tourism, not really the treasure hunt.
Yeah.
Now then, I believe it is time we discuss our strategy.
Sure. What do you mean by strategy?
Would this guy just default to All Might?
Wait, I can't.
Wait a minute.
That comparison before, but now I hear it. Oh, fuck.
Wait a fucking second. Holy shit, look at this.
What the shit?
You do remember this symbol, right?
Wait, it's the symbol. It's the fucking symbol.
There we go. Okay, so yeah, and also, I ended up rewatching what Soto was saying about the treasure and all that, and yes, he said that the treasure was, it was a treasure map that it was inside a mermaid statue, and Abby found a treasure map inside a mermaid statue.
And we just so happened to find that same symbol inside of a statue as well.
Yep. Now, I don't know if it's either the Magatama or the sword. That's what I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Or for all we know, it's the mirror, well, either way, it's a treasure. It should be obvious.
Yeah.
We must reflect on all we've learned if we want to move forward.
This map looks quite old.
Exactly. It is also the precise reason I have come to Mie. To put it simply, this is no ordinary map. This is a mermaid treasure map.
A mermaid treasure map?
Allow me to explain. I found this mermaid treasure map in the family storage. I could explain it to Circe. Okay, yeah, it's an analog business card.
I think it's because you have to talk to her.
Yeah.
Is this the business card from the guy we met earlier?
It is. We managed to glean some surprisingly good information from that exchange. Flashback.
Flashback.
First things first, let's head back to the inn. From there, we can plan our next move. I'll go. Pardon me. Yeah, I don't know, so I just go to default. Pardon me, but would a lovely lady and handsome gentleman be willing to spare me a moment? Why, yes, the gentleman does have some time.
I suppose that makes me a lady, then. Oh, it's you.
Whom's the fuck? This is the one that threatened from the phone, isn't it?
Oh boy. You've been following us for quite some time.
Oh, he has? For how long?
Since the Ise Grand Shrine, I believe.
Truly, maybe you could try to give me a priest of things like this in the future, sirs. It appears I wasn't as stealthy as I thought. My apologies for the indiscretion. But you see, the two of you piqued my interest. Foreigners in Ise Bay searching for mermaids. Gah! You overheard everything? How embarrassing!
Avi, altering won't lessen the embarrassment.
But how rude of me. I ought to introduce myself.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm an event planner here in Ise City. My name is Kippei Ikoma. Bullshit! Bullshit! That fucker died! That fucker was the one that drowned!
Yes. Is he a doppelganger?
That or also the identity theft.
Something's fishy here.
Yeah. Oh, a fancy business card and everything. What a charming fellow. Let's see. Sala Planning, eh? And it says here you're the CEO? I'm actually the only employee, so the title doesn't mean much. I see. I apologize.
Even more fucking suspicious.
Yeah. I apologize for the rudeness, but I actually just ran out of business cards of my own.
Did you ever have any?
I had heard that you need to carry business cards in Japan if you want to avoid looking suspicious, but I still forgot to bring any. But the freewheeling and forgetful man before you goes by the name Arna Burnham, a fantasy author who is merely passing through. Do you believe me, or am I too suspicious? Without a business card for proof, the verdict is yours to alone to make. So you're an author, Mr. Barnum. Please, call me Avi. This is Circe. She has studied more Japanese history than even the average Japanese citizen.
The pleasure. If you'd like, I can list the top 100 of Ise's best features at any time.
You're a delight. I was right to make an interest in the two of you. Event Service Co-CEO. Event Services? Huh. Kippei Ikoma. I'll keep a close eye on you, bitch. Sex Mail, Event Services Co-CEO, 26 years old. Director of Sala Planning, a venture company primarily focused on planning and producing tourist and promotion events in Ise City. An ambitious young man. Kippei is both a highly driven and extraordinarily tenacious when it comes to fulfilling his goals. He is currently planning a PR project, the theme on mermaids, as a sightseeing attraction. About 6 years ago, you don't say, with the support of wealthy tycoon Yoshiyasu Yamashima, Kippei moved to Ise from the countryside with nothing but the clothes on his back and an eye to making his fortune. This aggressiveness won him Yamashima's favor, and after several years spent building up experiences as his assistant, the tycoon granted Kippei an investment with which he started his current company. Although Yamashina could be said to be particularly strict with him, this is a reflection of the high expectation he has for his future. Kippei is often told that he looks old for his age, but as this means he is not taken lightly when doing business, he sees it as an advantage. Do you think... Okay, wild theory, I'm spitting fire here. What if he's the guy sacrificing, well, at least, or commands someone to sacrifice somebody every 10 years, so he can keep his, he keeps being alive, or he reincarnates in bodies. And if we go by that logic, the person that, the bones we found is Kippei Ikoma, but he basically changed bodies. That's
a good theory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, forgive me for my bluntness. But would you mind sparing me a few moments? I'd love to talk a little longer. I suppose that could be arranged. So this young man is actually a CEO, though I'm not sure if I call him young. His gaze has a piercing quality to it, and there is something off about his smile. Everything about it feels older than he looks. Yeah, I think I'm kinda on the right track with my thinking.
Yeah.
Ghost of Wind gaze is lovely observation deck. I thought she was totally absorbed in our sightseeing, yet she noticed we were being tailed. Impressive, if I do say so myself. Okay, any birds? Nope. What do you think, sirs?
Feels like a scammer who targets foreign tourists.
Quite the blunt one, aren't you, young lady? The truth is, I'm currently planning a promotional tourism campaign for the Ise Tales region. I was thinking of using mermaid legends as a centerpiece of the campaign. Mermaids, huh? I am sure you are already quite aware of the mermaid legends of Ise Bay, yes? I thought we could hold events and exhibition center around such legends to attract tourists. I see, so that's why you were interested in mermaids. Additionally, the Ise Tales region is also famous for its pearls. I believe mermaids and pearls naturally complement one another.
Well, there is also the famous legend that mermaid tears turn into pearls when they are washed away by the ocean.
Oh ho! Such a story will do wonders for driving tourism to the area. I believe these oversized suits, known as soft suits, are currently quite popular in Japan. Perhaps he is trying to be taken seriously as a CEO. He certainly is putting a lot of effort into his appearance. Does this project mean you are knowledgeable about mermaids in Ise then, Mr. Ikoma? I suppose it does. I know a fair bit. For example, there are some mermaid legends that most people have never heard of. Oh, do you share? This is his contact on why he knew those three legends where we heard about Osato. Of course.
Oh wait.
Of course he knows the name Osato. Of course he knows the names. He was basically there.
Yeah, wait.
And also knowing the name Osato, and then he on the phone saying, "Oh, is that you, Osato?" Yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, it's all falling in place. This is the guy on the phone.
The pieces are being put together.
Like in FNAF. A long time ago, there was an island south of Kamishima known as Taishima. Have you heard of it? A lot. We have heard of that a lot. I'm afraid I haven't. We have.
We definitely fucking have. It rings a bell. It was also called Taishima to some.
That's absolutely right. It is said that once upon a time, 3 mermaids lived on Taishima. Whoa, 3 of them! Tell me, were they human mermaids or fish mermaids? Human mermaids? Well, I suppose their upper bodies were human, so I suppose you could describe them as such. I see. Then that would separate them from the 3 mermaids discovered in Betsuho during the Heian period.
Oh, this isn't the first I've heard of this tale.
However, Taishima sunk about 400 years ago during a natural disaster. The mermaids seem to have vanished after that. What? That's such a shame!
I've always thought, how the fuck does an island sink?
You would be surprised.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's just say either big tsunamis, changes in the landscape, big earthquakes, typhoons, and other such, just bringing big bumps of water, or just changing in the fucking terraforming with earthquakes, and also that bringing tsunamis along. There have been some islands that have been lost to time.
Yeah.
Regardless, it is said the 3 mermaids were named Subai, Nagami, and Hayase. Now an island that is like the as big as a country as they seem to. Well, actually, we don't know if Taishima was like a country. Maybe it was just like an island that rose about a city. let's say the city would be like about the size of freaking I don't know, a freaking city in Los Angeles, more or less, that size.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, I know that some islands would fucking sink depending on their size, but a size of a city, that well, I mean, in the fucking millions of years that has happened, it has happened, but for example.
Yeah.
For example, the people in Japan, apparently there were people that were in another continent, and way back then there was a path forward in land to go there, and then the fucking water rose, and now they are cut off from the world. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have there you have an example of. Anyway, we are getting way off track.
Yay! Free history lesson.
Regardless, it is said that the three mermaids were named Sobei, Nagame, and Hayase. Oh yeah, right. I keep forgetting. Osato is not a mermaid. Is a girl that ate the flesh of a mermaid and became immortal.
Yeah.
So the mermaids.
She's an immortal.
Yeah. So the mermaids were named too, huh? That definitely adds to the authenticity of the story.
Pardon me, Mr. Ikoma. I never came across such concrete information. Where did you learn this?
I don't blame you for questioning my sources. I also haven't managed to find any records of this tale. You see, the story was passed down through the word of mouth. As it turns out, there was a single man who managed to escape the island's destruction. His descendants have kept the legend alive. Oh, you don't say. Are you one of those? Aha! So it's one of those descendants you heard the story from. And one of... Wait, if I'm thinking that he's also a descendant, does that make him like a distant relative or like a cousin to Somekawa?
Maybe?
Yeah, to Mare? Well, we don't know if he's related yet. He hasn't said anything. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They live a modest, private life these days.
When the story comes straight from a descendant like that, it does lend it some credibility.
I will love to inquire deeper about these Taishima mermaids. If you don't mind, could you share the identity of this descendant of you speak of? My apologies, but I'm afraid I cannot oblige. She's not the friendliest sort, frankly, even if I have trouble getting her to open up. Oh, okay, no, he's not related, but he knows Somekawa, which is a descendant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No matter how many times I visit her, I always feel like I'm only getting part of the story. I see. That's a real shame. Now, this may not be so much. This may not be so be much consolation, but I have another interesting rumor from this descendant to share. Oh, I'm all ears. It concerns one of the rumored Taishima mermaids. It is said that a few decades ago, one of those mermaids turned human and now lives among us. And that's what, that one, at the very least, fucking Yusa, his mother, Mare, I think is.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Because every time we hear of a mermaid turning human and living among them, it always points to Mare or Somekawa.
No kidding.
She became human?
It does ring a bell, though. Why, that is exactly like the story of the Little Mermaid. What an exciting discovery! Yeah, I was about to say, actually.
That's... Yeah, but... kid's story.
Yeah.
You say it was only a few decades ago? That makes it quite recent. This former mermaid could have even been walking among the people here as we speak.
If the story is true, then yes. However, I'll concede that even I find the story hard to believe. It is a little fantastical. By the way, may I ask why you're searching for Ise-based mermaids, Avi? No particular reason. I just thought it'd be fun to wander through some sightseeing areas related to the Mermaid folklore, that's all. I see. Well, since you traveled all the way to Japan to sightsee, I'd love to ask you some questions. Was there anything missing from the areas you visited that you think might have made your trip more enjoyable? What about those photo spots you put your face in?
I know those. I love them.
Really? Are they that interesting? They're a Japanese tourism classic. It would be nice to see more of them.
Agreed. If I saw one, I would certainly take a photo with it. Oh, and please sell more of those little pennant flags?
Yeah.
Pennant flags. I can't resist them.
I see. I truly appreciate the input, but perhaps things are fine as they are. Should you discover anything new regarding the area's mermaids, please let me know. Understood. We hope you'll do the same for us. If this guy is whom I think he is, and as I think he is, they might have just gone away unscathed by complete accident by being complete idiots.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you're talking to a child, or a child in the body of a man, and a teenager.
Yeah, amazing! A brand new mermaid legend.
The real question is why?
Why?
There's a long history of people making up legends to drive tourism. Such stories linger on, despite their diversity being entirely unverifiable.
I suppose. Is something the matter?
It's nothing.
It's nothing. Well, it is about time for us to get going. Yes, of course. Thank you. I apologize again for taking so much of your time. Actually, since you come all the way to Japan, if anything happens to you during your vacation here, or you need any other help at all, please feel free to give me a call. I am quite familiar with all sorts of business areas in the area. For example, I could put you in touch with someone should you be looking to interview Ama divers. Oh really? That's very kind. You're not just saying it as a formality, are you? A free-spirited lad like myself will not hesitate to take you up on an offer like this. I will call you. This guy. Please do not hold back. I'll leave you to your sightseeing. Please have a good time.
Flashback.
If mermaids really did live on Taishima, it's certainly worth investigating. It's Ikoma's business card. He's the CEO of the event planning company we ran into earlier. Research materials. Some of the notes I've taken, the information in them is not substantive and likely of no use. A porcelain ashtray that came with the room. Ashtrays like these are found just about anywhere, so no one can smoke without any worries. That being said, I noticed people outside still simply dropping their cigarettes onto the ground. Well, I wasn't a smoker to begin with. Yeah, some people will be like that. Even if you give them something to not soil the place, they will still do.
Yep.
Huh, no birds. Alright, the door to a room. Outside is a hallway with a restroom and wash bin for communal use. Guests place their shoes in the cubbies at the entrance and wear slippers while inside the inn. Yep. This is a poster advertising the island of Kamishima.
I'd love to pay a visit to a remote island like that. The name is intriguing too.
Ah, Kame means turtle, doesn't it? And the whole island is total shape. It's a poster of Kawashima.
I just can't shake this weird feeling.
Oh, why? Is there something wrong with the island or the poster?
The poster, I believe. Do you mind if I take a closer look? My hunch was right. There is a presence there. Or here.
No way! Come on, don't scare me like that! Remove it. Ready?
Yes, please proceed.
You sure? Because I'll do it. I really will. There's no telling that what may happen.
Quit stalling.
A bird!
Bird jump scare.
Yeah! You are done head on. Oh, that was great. That was worth it. This is Murakumote. This is Murakumote. It's a small inn located in Toba. It's a laid-back inn that feels more like a private residence than a hotel thanks to the attentive staff. I could barely count all the different fresh fish we were served for dinner last night. I have not felt so full in a while.
Okay, can we pause real quick?
Okay, we're back. A train just passed through my friend's house.
Not through the house, by the house.
Yeah, I just crashed into his house, and he, while he was recording. All right. Atmospheric lighting. Extra lights for the room. A lot of attention was paid to creating a comfy atmosphere for the guests. It may resemble an L-shaped dividing screen, but I think this is actually a towel rack.
You're close. It's a small clothes rack.
I see, so that's what it is.
Yes. Normally it's used to hang kimonos, but this one is quite small, so I suppose it'd work well for towels and other small garments.
You're quite knowledgeable. My bag, a faithful travel companion of several decades. Well, more of a suitcase than a bag, but yeah. Dried flowers. I suppose this is the embodiment of the Japanese concept wabi wabi, or however you say it. I am not Japanese enough for this.
Neither am I.
Like, I know my Japanese shit, but like, there's only so much I know.
Yeah.
A hanging scroll perfectly complements the tatami room.
This room may not have a dedicated alcove, but the scroll really ties the room together. How lovely.
Mosquito repellent. Each room is equipped with a mosquito trap. They tend to come in through the windows on hot days. It's a neat contraption. You just have to plug it in and place it, and it will kill any nearby mosquitoes. Traps like these are reliable, as well as easier and safer than the combustible type, so they got quite popular. I remember that my daddy used one for like flies that it was just putting gasoline or something like that.
Now it's reminded me of that one fucking picture of a guy just fucking setting a blowtorch on a fucking mosquito or something.
This phone can only be used to call the front desk. Outside calls are impossible. This is a sketch of the mermaid mummy that I found in our family storage. Bringing it along would have been out of the question, so I settled on just bringing a sketch. Oh, that's right. I still haven't told Circe why I'm searching for mermaids.
That's probably a good thing to do.
I worried yesterday that Circe might struggle to sleep on just a futon in a tatami room like this, but she looks well rested, so I suppose she's used to it. I, on the other hand, was too excited to get much sleep. I talk about the map. I found this map in the old family storage. It was left behind by my great-grandmother.
If she's your great-grandmother, that would make her my great-grandmother's sister. I heard she was exiled from the Lunar Light family because of her eccentricities.
Eccentricities, I think.
Eccentricities, whatever. Yeah. It's a big word. I'm distracted today. I don't have the energy.
Yeah, it's right from the word eccentric, so.
Yeah.
That's correct. She was quite fond of the occult and amazed a number of suspicious curios over her lifetime. As a child, I loved searching through the storehouse the house her collection. It was like a treasure hunt of wonders. A demon's tale, a yeti's bone, a book of black magic, Ogopogo's Ogopogo!
Oh my god.
A piece of a UFO, a crystal skull. You remember Ogopogo, right?
Partially.
It was the name of the dog of Yoko.
Oh, wait a minute.
So Ogopogo is most definitely like a mythical creature in Japan that Yoko named her dog after. Is my think.
That would make the most sense.
Okay, now I'm curious. I'm gonna search for it right now. Ogopogo. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. It's like a fucking. Is it fucking Nessie? Ogopogo is the name that is known for the. It's basically the Loch Ness monster of Okanagan in the Britannic in Columbia, Columbia. It's basically British Nessie.
Nah.
It was, so yeah. The more you know.
Yeah.
I cannot vouch that any of it was authentic, but it was still so exciting to look through. It's no exaggeration when I say that this very storehouse is what led me down the path of becoming a fantasy author.
Suppose that kind of formative experience an occult writer needs. That's the kind of yada yada.
Just so, I had to thank my great-grandmother. She's the reason I can put food on the table. And among the items in that collection was this.
I see. A mermaid mummy.
Precisely. They were rather prevalent at sideshows and the like all over the world in the 19th century. Mermaid mummies from Japan were quite popular because of their high quality. A number of them even made their way to Europe.
Huh?
This one probably made its way to the family storage around that time. It was probably passed from one seller to another until it ended up in my great-grandmother's hands. Yeah, when Sora was talking about the mummy having a map, he said that way back then that mummy was sold from person to person.
Okay. How are you so sure it was made in Japan?
Well, you see, I gave this mummy a thorough investigation. I even took it apart. Sure enough, it was made of wood and paper clay. But lo and behold, I also found this map inside.
Truly? You found this map inside a mummy?
Whoever made it all those years ago must have snuck the map inside. I doubt my great-grandmother had the slightest idea it was even there. Even in there.
That is an incredible discovery.
It is simply tantalizing, is it not? There is not a doubt in my mind that it will lead to a most thrilling discovery.
So then, why'd you call this mermaid treasure map?
Well, it was sitting inside a mermaid, mummy, so if else it must be a treasure map of sorts, no?
I see. Your enthusiasm has carried you quite a ways from home. I'm impressed.
But yeah, given that that map has that symbol that we found at the bottom of the ocean when we were ama diving, it's not quite as much as a treasure map for mermaids, but a treasure map for the relic.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have no doubt a treasure lies somewhere in Ise Bay.
What a shame there's no X to mark the spot.
Indeed, and this leads us to our first conundrum. Any ideas how to decipher this map, sirs?
Put me on the spot, why don't you? But it does look like something is written here. Do you know what it says?
Oh, that part I actually did some research on that. Apparently, it says, search the 95th. Search the 95th? Okay.
Search the 95th.
95th, yeah, sorry. But yeah, I don't know what that means.
Search the 95th?
Maybe, oh wait, actually, maybe it's related to the Tales of the Ise Bay, maybe? There were a lot of passages in that one. Yeah, they were like 125, right?
I think. Something like that.
Yeah, we learned all that shit from Circe yesterday.
Yeah. That sure makes it sound like it leads to a secret location of some sort.
Yes, and it must be related to mermaids. Aren't you just itching to find it?
You know it.
I knew it. I'm counting on you to help me solve the map's riddle. Okay, actually, I can just yeah, I can just search for it. Traditions, history, the Heike, Ryugu, Tales of Urushimataro. No, it's not that. It's Mermaid Legends, Mermaids. No, not that. Yeah, oh yeah, the Tales of Ise. Yeah, here it is. Episode 95, Hikoboshi. Having fallen in love with a woman who serves in the imperial court, a man finally managed to meet her after patiently waiting for the right moment. However, the two are still separated by a screen. The man recites a poem to her, proclaiming that his love for her is greater even than Higoboshi's love for Hime. He compares the screen separating them to the Milky Way that separated the two legendary lovers. Moved by his words, the woman removes the screen, allowing them to finally meet face to face. Yeah, I have no idea how that correlates, but I'll have it on lock. Oh wait, I just remember.
Hmm?
You said you can douse, no? Can you just douse for the treasure? Then we can skip this whole map and riddle business altogether.
I apologize, but that's impossible.
Truly, but why?
Dowsing is usually to find waterways, veins of ore, and other such things. My dowsing, however, can be used to find people and objects imbued with spiritual power. However, I must be familiar with the spiritual power that I'm looking for.
I see. In other words, you wouldn't be able to find a treasure you've never seen or heard of.
Yes. The distance of which I can detect the source also depends on how strong the spiritual's power is.
He's not quite the superpower I thought he was.
I say we've had enough of a diversion. Let's get back to investigating the map.
Oh. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Oh?
Do you notice something?
It looks like there's something written on the other side.
I see. I knew I must have missed something. Bro, how many years have you had this shit and you haven't seen behind it? This man. I should carefully hold the edge when I want to look at the other side. Turn it over.
This is a connect the dots game.
Oh my god! Wait! The fucking stars, remember when she told us to connect the stars?
Oh, wait!
Is the fucking treasure near where the fucking stars align kind of deal?
Is it in where all the points intersect?
Yeah. That would be like the X on the mark. The X on the mark,
yeah.
It's X.
X marks the spot. Take a close look at the spots on the back of the map.
Oh, those? I dismissed them as a bunch of stains. Okay, so you saw them, but you think nothing of it.
Do you really think that's all they are? Something about those spots seems familiar.
Yeah, the stars.
It's
Eureka!
the stars.
Eureka! Inspiration strikes again. It strikes. I figured it out.
It's a bit hard to see what you mean. Can you point it at the front? See what you're looking at from the back of the map.
You make a fair point. I may be less inspiration struck than I first assumed. I'll have to think a bit more. Yeah. Let me turn it over. But yeah, no, I get it. Eureka! Inspiration strikes. I figured it out.
Did you? Where's the treasure?
Yeah, like around here, more or less. I have no doubts. It is here. Behold.
Huh? Why there?
You feel right?
I hope you don't mind me asking, but could you care to show me a more definite location?
Dang it! Maybe less inspiration struck than I. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Bam. Yeah, bam.
Remember, it's opposite when you flip it around. When you flip it around.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking put my finger on this shit. It's either one of these two. Okay, this seems like the one that is mostly in the middle. I'm just gonna put my finger there.
If you strike Eureka, remember, you have to put it on the opposite side.
Yeah. That's what I did. Like around here.
It would be okay. I have an idea for this because I believe I know where.
Also, wait, no, I got an idea just by this.
Okay.
Can you say it?
Oh, yeah. Well, it might be tough to figure it out as is now, unless you find a way to shine some light on it. On it, yeah.
Yeah, put the map down. Yeah. Okay, how can I turn the light off? Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. Wait, no, I get it, I got it. Before that though, talk about the mermaid. Cause I want that shit to be the final thing. To be frank,
fair enough.
And they just come here to solve the map's riddle. My real goal is to find an actual mermaid.
Oh yes, I had a feeling that was it.
So you already knew. Exorcists sure have some keen instincts.
What will you do if you find a mermaid? Do you want to become immortal?
I suppose. Might as well, considering all the trouble finding one will be.
Your reasoning is unexpectedly uninspired.
Simple thought it may be. I find the idea quite romantic, akin to ascending to a new stage of humanity.
Sure, I guess.
I think you disagree with my thinking, sirs.
I fail to see why my opinion should matter here. What you do is your decision to make. Though I am not certain an immortal can still be called human. Still, your decision is irrelevant to my duty, so I will not try to interfere. Actually, meeting an immortal would be a rare, once-in-a-lifetime chance. Transcend humanity and let me examine you.
I prefer if you didn't speak of me like a research specimen, but I'll overlook of it for now.
Though I do wonder if immortality would actually bring you any happiness.
Nope.
When you look at old folk tales, it tends to be less of a blessing and more of a curse.
Jeez, don't say that after I already made up my mind and everything.
Well, I'm sure you'll be alright. If you're tired of immortality, you need only embark on a journey like a modern-day Yao Bikuni.
That is one way to look at it, though I think the non part might be an issue. Well, I shouldn't go too far ahead of myself. There's no immortality to be had till I find mermaid flesh to bite into. So let's start there.
Understood. I'm also quite interested in finding a mermaid myself. Searching just for mermaid meat alone seems like a waste.
Agreed. The best way to go about this would be to find a living human mermaid. And I have no doubt that this map will lead us to a place that's related to mermaids and immortality.
It's quite exciting.
Now this is what I call a true adventure. No matter the era, there's nothing better than a quest for the unknown. Okay, now let's go back to the map. Pick it up. So, yeah, let me put it up to the light. There we go. It's a map of Ise Bay. Judging from its condition, it is quite old.
If I were to guess, I would say it's over 100 years old. No, perhaps even more than 200 years old. I wonder how old it really is. Look closer. Isn't that Taishima?
You're right. It depicts an island to the south of Kamishima. It's safe to assume this map was made before Taishima sank then.
That makes it over 400 years old and made during the Sengoku period. Incredible.
I'm on fire now. No more mistakes from me.
Have you figured it out?
Point the location on the map. Okay, what if I just put on just click on the dot? I have no doubts, it is here, behold! Okay, nope.
No, I imagine you have to do it on the one little dot where they all intersect.
Yeah. Shit. It's gotta be one of those. Shit.
You already tried that one, didn't you?
Oh wait, shit, right.
You'd have to go lower. Yeah, you'd have to go lower and a bit to the right.
Oh wait, shit. Wait, that actually was it. Wait. Oh shit. Wait, that was it. Wait, shit. What did you say? Yeah, I have no doubt that it is here. Behold.
Oh, and what makes you say so?
Why, it is simple. This very spot marks the answer to our riddle. Enter the name of the location.
It would probably be in the 95th thing.
Right. Tales of Ise. Now maybe this will make more sense now. Oh, he compares the screen separating them to the Milky Way. Yeah, the sky, the stars.
Yeah.
And the two lovers! Yeah, I remember, yeah, the two stars were related to the fucking lovers, right? How the fuck did I forget about that one?
It's all coming together.
Okay, gotcha. Now, okay. Yeah, there. Now I know where that is. Okay, now, what exactly were the fucking stars, though? Because I got... Oh, yeah, there is. The summer triangle. Yeah, Deneb, Altair, Hikoboshi, Vega, Orihime. It was Hikoboshi and Orihime, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah, Altair, Hikoboshi, and Orihime. Yeah, that's the...
What's the name of the location, then?
Right. Summer triangle. Vega in the constellation Lyra, then the constellation Cygnus. And Altair, constellation Vega and Altair are also... Okay, the point that I marked was the one that was very like very on the side, like it was very long, a long way. So it is this the one that I pointed out. It was Altair Hikoboshi.
Okay.
This guy is almost directly over. That's fine. Off. Let's get to find Altair. From here, you look up straight, you should find this guy. Okay. Altair, okay, I'm just gonna say Hikoboshi, and we go from there.
Yeah.
Allow me to explain. You see, the 95th in the riddle, most referred to the 95th tale in the Tales of Ise. Yep. The title of that tale is none other than Hikoboshi! Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Next note, note how the summer triangle constellation is drawn on the back. The location of Hikoboshi, or Altair, corresponds to this very spot on the map. Yep.
Incredible. I should have expected nothing less. You truly are a genius, Avi.
Nothing compares to the rush of a breakthrough. Let's keep riding this high. Okay, yeah. So I was on the right. We were on the right track, but we were missing a point.
Yeah, but we got it.
Yeah, we got it. Avi's genius solved the mystery of the map as our RV bar.
Even if we were to search the area on the map, it's in the middle of the sea. How are we supposed to search a place like that?
Ammo diving?
Looking for an unknown object on a large swath of seafloor seems like an impossible task.
You're right, that does sound difficult. We might have to ask our friendly CEO for help.
Did he give us his card?
He did, he gave us his card.
He did give us his card. However, wouldn't that mean we'd have to inform him on the map?
No other way about it. In addition, should we find anything, I imagine he'll expect a share of the spoils. I really wanted to give it all to myself! Sharing is the worst!
I understand, but we have no other options.
It's a shame, but I suppose you're right. We should contact him as soon as we can. But yeah, that spot, and given that we need the help of an AMA diver, most certainly will indicate that the shit, the symbol that we found, the fucking what diving as Yusa, that's it, that's the thing. But now, what does that entail? What do you do with it, with the map? Like, what do you do with the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but that puzzle was pretty good. No, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Ikoma. I'm calling about the seafloor investigation. I asked I'm a diver to investigate the area because I was keen to get results as soon as possible. Did he ask Yusa? Maybe? I don't know. However, she has not returned. Okay, no. Then unknown, August 1980, morning, Ise Bay offshore. Which is why we're headed out there ourselves to assess the situation. We've nothing else to do after all.
We asked an AMA diver to investigate the seafloor in the area.
I guess in a place like this, it would be faster to hire an AMA diver than a regular diver. Even in this age, you can still get some AMAs to do contracted dives, huh? It appeared she was constructed to investigate for about an hour, at which point she was to return, even if empty-handed. I suppose the intent was just for her to survey the area to start with.
However, several hours passed with no word from the diver, and I can see why Ikoma is worried.
Oh, the one that he contacted was Mare, and then we know what happened to Mare.
Oh yeah.
Or at least that's what I'm thinking. Unless she shows up a bit. We'll see.
Yeah, because this is before they found the dead body.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We'll start by checking out the location. We can request a police search after if need be. Oh yeah, wait, but didn't Sodo see them going with Somekawa at one point? So, but we haven't met them as these guys yet.
Yeah.
So maybe it's another AMA diver that has went missing at the moment. Circe, do you have a bad feeling about this?
I do. Ever since we first heard about this.
I see. He's so fucking big. He almost occupies like all the fucking fucking seats.
Yeah. Either he's just so fucking big, or that's not a big boat. There's a strong negative spirit energy in the air that has only intensified as we approach the spot. Something happened here.
The diver didn't make it back. Is it safe for us to go?
I have a talisman that repels evil. It should be fine.
Well, if you say so. Worst comes to worst, we'll reunite in the afterlife. Oh, you're just so casual about it.
Oh my... Understood. Leave it to me.
So casual about it. Oh yeah, there's a possibility that we might just die. See you in the afterlife.
There's something there.
Ooh. That must be the AMA diver's boat. There doesn't appear to be anyone around. How unsettling.
You're right. There's something terrible here.
Is it really that bad?
It is. I can tell even from this distance. It's something it's coming from the bucket.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Whoever, she found it.
Yeah. It's saturated with sinister spiritual energy. There's something real powerful. There's some real powerful curse inside.
Inside the bucket, does that mean the Ama diver found something on the seafloor and brought it up to the surface? And perhaps succumbed to the curse while trying to get it out?
Yes, unfortunately.
I wonder if it's the curse of the fish.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
We don't know of any other curses other than the samurai one.
Right.
But we know who has that.
Right. If this was a bit before,
So
maybe
kinda...
this Ama diver is the one that is the one mermaid that the Unkakudono found.
Possibility. Keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. As we cannot say for certain what a misfortune this curse may call forth, I need you to remain cautious.
Can you dispel curses, Circe?
It depends on the curse itself, but I believe I may be able to handle one of this caliber.
That's a relief. Is it really safe for us to approach that boat, though?
Yes, it's fine. For me, at least.
Understood. If anything happens to me, then I'll leave the rest to you.
Why? There's a small metal box in the bucket. This has to be the source.
Can we take it?
Yes, provided I can overpower the malice it's engulfed in. Ha! That was it. It should be fine. It should be safe to touch now. I'll leave that part to you.
No problem. It's pretty heavy. What do you think this box is exactly?
It's a tungsten cube.
Oh, it's a little box. Yeah, I see the partition there.
It appears to be quite old. It likely dates back to the same time period as your map. Here, take a look at the symbol on the top of the box. Do you recognize it anywhere?
I mean, yes, I saw it on the map, but what if I say that I saw it on the seafloor? Because yes, we saw it on the seafloor, but I'm gonna say it.
I think I saw it on the seafloor?
Excuse me?
What?
How and when would you have seen anything on the seafloor?
Huh? Did I say that?
That was me? Okay, so we are controlling people. We are doing a segment again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember how this thing, how Mio said it. Basically, in the world we called, we have the body, the mind, and the soul. The body was the car. The soul was the engine that makes the car run, and the mind is the driver. We are right now the driver.
Yeah. Must you joke all the time? The symbol matches the one we found on the map.
Oh, you're right. It's identical.
It's thus fair to say that the map was leading us towards this exact box.
Maybe whatever is in this box, we have to put on where that symbol on the seafloor is.
That only makes its identity all the more intriguing.
Cube.
There's some strange lines on the side. Perhaps there is some sort of pattern.
Oh yeah, it was not a partition. It was oh, gotcha.
It appears to open from the top, but it's not budging at all. It would take quite a lot of strength to force it open.
I believe this box has been sealed with a powerful spiritual energy. It was probably sealed by a skilled sorcerer a long time ago. I doubt it will open the box. I doubt it will open by any normal means.
I can feel something shifting whenever I turn it. There must be some kind of mechanism inside.
Then I suppose you'll want to align the box with the spiritual energy of this place.
In English, please.
It's likely that the mechanism for unlocking the box is activated by orienting the box in the right direction in the right order.
I see. So I have to figure out where to point it. Leave it to me. I thought getting rocked by the waves on a small boat like this might make her seasick, but she looks fine so far. I had no idea we encountered a curse today. It's a good thing Circe was here. Yeah, no, you would be fucking dead, dude. He really is lucky.
Yep. Yeah.
The weather is great and the sea is calm, yet there's something unsettling in the air.
Gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because someone died.
Yeah. Are you trying to scare me? Near shore. The closest shore to us is the east side of the Shima Peninsula. You got a good view from here, and I think I can see all the way from Ijika to Kusaki.
That's right. Both have a lot of ama, but Kusaki is especially known as the holy ground for ama divers.
Okay, any birds? Any birds?
The boat of the ama diver who found the metal box, there is not a trace of left on it. According to Ikoma, the ama diver went to investigate alone without a companion to mind the boat. I swallowed my fear and tugged on the rope earlier on the off chance that she was still down there somewhere. I pulled up the whole length of the rope, but no one was tied to it. A fishing boat without a soul aboard its drift on the lonely waves.
It's possible that this area is the key to getting that box open. Maybe try to figure out before leaving.
Got it.
Okay, yeah, I see no birds. Let's take out the box.
Now then, how to open this metal box? We should investigate the box and rotate it so I can get a good look at all four sides.
Okay, me thinks I have to put the box in the way where the other lover is, which is on the opposite end of where we are right now.
Yeah.
Now, where that is
Would you have to... Yeah, I was gonna say, would you have to point the symbol in that direction as well?
Most likely. Okay, can I only rotate it like this? Okay, maybe. Can I Okay, I can put it away. Yeah, look at the map.
This is definitely the spot indicated by the map.
Yep. Yeah, we just need to go to the opposite end. If we are here, then... Okay. Yeah, there's more seats that way, but we should go... Yeah, we should look here. So... Like around here, more or less, I would say. Yeah, I can rotate it upwards. Well, we can do this the good old way of just trying everything out until we see.
Brute force it. The tried and true method of brute forcing it.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that light or is that... Yeah, it changes. Okay, so it doesn't tremble or anything, but I see a... I don't know if it's the lighting or if it is genuinely doing something here.
Wait! It's the mountains! The cracks are mountains!
Oh my god! Yeah, you're right. Holy shit.
Okay, wait, turn it a bit. Oh,
Yeah, they're
Wait, the dots on the bottom also like there's like one side with 1, one side with 2, one side with 3.
I found it. Look, look, look.
Yup, that's it. That has to be it, right?
Yeah, it has to be. And lighting is gonna be another deal, though. Okay, yeah, so it's the... Yeah, so... Oh. The far shore we see here is Tobashima and Urashima, I believe.
I heard Umamura district's oyster harvest. Uramura's district's oyster harvest is so plentiful that you can find the all-you-can-eat clam buffets from fall to winter here.
Really? We should have come during a different season. I would have loved some fresh oysters. I think that's the remote island of Sugashima, with Toshima visible just beyond.
Toshijima is the place where pirate Daimyo Yoshitaka apparently took his life.
Yeah, the other points, these points are significant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this. There we go! There we go!
Yes!
Oh, I felt something move inside the box. I must be on the right track.
Nice. Keep at it.
Gotcha, okay, so we find the start and then we go from there. I see. Wait. Now, let's move it to the other one that I know what it is. That we know what it is.
Yeah, I think you need to line up the mountains.
Oh. Now where is this?
Wait, how many dots were on the side that you completed?
Oh. Oh my, okay, gotcha.
You gotta do them in order. You gotta do them in order.
No there. Okay, I know, thank you for noticing that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if you did number 1, why are you doing number 3?
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that one. See, this is why you're here. You know some things that I don't, and I know things that you don't. We work together for this.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Okay, could that be it? No, it's a little bit longer. Oh, there it is.
That looks like it.
There we go.
There. Now you go to 3.
Yeah, alright, I'm on fire. That's 2.
Oh, oops. Yeah, now we go here.
It's here, I found it.
Good job. Just 1 left.
Okay, now this one, I don't know where it is yet. Oh! There was a hidden... There's an island there? At least it doesn't show on the map. Does that mean that there's an island there? Damn. I was like, is this gonna be it? It was it. Yes, it's open. Oh, wait, was that where Taishima was?
That might have been where Taishima was, actually.
That's why it's no longer on the fucking map. Well, on the cube, because the cube was made when Taishima was still up.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations. What's inside?
Let's see. Huh? What is this? A curse stone. It's the curse of the fish.
It's a curse stone.
It's the curse of the fish.
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 Some kind of small wooden carving?
Oh?
Curse stone acquired. Curse of the forsaken fish. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, that lady is gonna be the mermaid that Ukagodono finds. Yeah, it is! It is! It is the... Remember? Remember? The thing that we saw in the ocean?
Oh my god, wait, yeah! That is the thing we saw, isn't it?
Yeah! That's the curse! So that's the thing that we saw at the bottom of the ocean then!
Whoa! Something came out!
Oh yeah, then again, that curse thing, it was also close to that symbol. This thing.
Yeah.
Ooh!
The plot thickens.
Yikes! What is this? Make it stop!
Help me, horrible pain. Oh, with this shit again. A deep and painful resentful memory has invaded my mind. We're playing Paranormasight again.
We're back.
Drift forever, ill-doers. Be as fish. Perish. You have acquired the curse of the forsaken fish, curse stone. You can use it to turn people into fish and kill them when they are submerged in the water of Ise Bay. It can even be used at a distance, provided the target meets the requirements. Press the use curse button when you wish to use the curse. Holy shit!
That's also a powerful one, because you can basically just kill any Ama diver that just want to do their job.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, okay, so yeah, see, this curse was basically running rampant. That's where all those mermaids that were basically people cursed from this curse came from, like the lady was saying.
Yeah.
But now our here is, oh my god, it comes back. We are so back. But yeah, so this is what we saw at the bottom of the ocean. Holy. A curse born from the final moments of Hayase, a mermaid brutally tortured by death by humans on Taishima around 400 years ago. Ooh. The curse has the power to kill any human submerged in the waters of Ise Bay by gradually turning them into a fish, starting from their feet. However, the excruciating pain suffered during the transformation often results in them dying before the metamorphosis is complete. Does that mean that there is quite possibly somebody that actually withstand the curse and may be alive as a fish? Oh, that would be horrifying.
That would be terrifying, but also kind of funny.
Yeah. The bodies of those who succumb to the curse decay almost instantly, shrivel up into the desiccated fibrous masses. The curse can also be triggered remotely, provided that the curse bearer knows their victim's exact location. Oh my god, it's like the one-sided read.
Oh my, yeah.
One-sided read, but water edition, fish edition.
The fish-sided reed.
Yeah! Mermaids inherently possess the ability to turn humans into a fish at will. The curse of the forsaken fish is the result of that ability being turned into a conditional curse and sealed within a curse stone. Holy shit. Okay, so the name of this one is Yeah, Hayase. Okay, yeah, mermaid mummy. Oh, yeah, right, the three mermaids. Shadow. Where was that again? Was it in here? Oh yeah, here. Yeah, Betsuho. And Miju. Yabiko eating the flesh. Oh, there it is! While this information is not recovered in literature, according to Avi's research, three mermaids, Sobai, Nagame, and Hayase, purportedly lived on Taishima, an island said to have sunk about 400 years ago. And that's the info that the other guy gave us. The name of the three mermaids.
Yeah.
And we have the curse stone of Hayase. Well, shit. Well, Avi, congratulations, you're a curse bearer. You can kill people. Ugh. What the hell was that?
I'm not certain. But I do believe we may have just acquired a cursed tool known as a curse stone. However, they are rarely possessed by such powerful curse echoes. How lucky.
Lady, the past year, some horrible massacre was about to happen were not for time travel by Simon.
Yeah.
If you truly are congratulating me, then I'll happily celebrate with you. But can I ask you something first?
Of course.
Am I cursed? Am I going to die?
I wouldn't say you're cursed per se.
Okay, you know about it.
There was a similar case in Tokyo last year.
Hold on for a minute. I cannot think straight. This is far too overwhelming. An incredible amount of information flooded my mind just now. I need a moment to settle before I can take in anything else.
You must mean the resentful memory held by the curse. It's a phenomenon within
Wherein?
the events, wherein the events leading up to the curse forming are passed onto the curse bearer, so that its grudge will spread. Oh, and curse bearer refers to someone who is haunted by a curse echo and thus able to use the curse.
Stop! I already told you I can't take any new information. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
Curse echoes and bearers. Curse echoes are the visual manifestation of curses. These manifestations are fundamentally related to the origin of the curse, but they do not always take the same shape, sometimes appearing in a more abstract or disfigured form instead. Unlike spirits, they are manifested illusions, and as such, have no consciousness of their own. A person afflicted by a curse that has a curse echo is called a curse bearer. Even among curses, a curse that contains a curse echo should be considered very powerful in and of itself. Ordinarily, those with no spirit sense would not be able to perceive a curse echo, but such individuals who become curse bearers by coming into possession of a curse stone or some other means can see other curse echoes. Curse stones. A type of curse tool that allows even people without any spirit sense to wield curses. As long as the tool meets the above criteria, items of any shape or size may be referred to as a curse stone. Curse stones. Many curse stones have conditions that must be fulfilled to use them, often based on the spiritual power and characteristics of the curse itself. If a curse stone has low spiritual power, It may only be possible to use it under specific circumstances, such as when under the influence of the Feast of Shadows, a spell that heightens the potency of certain types of spiritual energy. Yup, we know about that one too.
I think I just learned why Taishima sung 400 years ago. Let me sort out all that first.
Really? Tell me.
Yeah, give me a minute.
It unknown, August 1980, afternoon, Toba City area. Thank you for investigating the situation for me. I was involved in an accident many years ago, so I can't bring myself to go to sea anymore. You've been a tremendous help.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We actually got our hands on something quite valuable, so we owe you thanks as well.
That's great. I'd love to hear more about what you discover, if you don't mind.
Of course. He may look scary, but his demeanor is surprisingly gentle and kind. He's a very polite young man. People like him tend to be misunderstood because they're a little awkward. He must struggle with that kind of thing a lot.
I wonder.
We're currently at the mouth of Kamo River. There's a residential area further upstream. The sea Mr. Ikoma had just arrived in Toba, so we managed to meet up without any problems.
Any birds around? Not that I am seeing.
Even when a corpse fell into our lap, she managed to remain calm. Only a consummate professional like her could be so cool and collected with all that's happened.
Well, let me read that shit again, actually. Curses. The curse of the Forsaken Fish. Versus particularly submerged in the water. Okay, it doesn't really tell me why the island got sunk. I guess I gotta give me that info now. Yeah, I only got the gist of it, but not really the resentful memory. So yeah, we know that she was tortured, but besides that,
Yeah.
the diver I hired to perform the search was a Nama diver living in Toba City by the name of Tamiko Suma. I thought there was no way we could pull off the search, but that's when she agreed to take on my request.
I feel terrible about what happened. I only hope that she's still out there somewhere, unharmed. She had no way of knowing how dangerous this job was.
Please, I am the one who sent her out there. If there is blame to take, it is mine. But still, what exactly happened out there?
About that, let's start with this metal box the Alma diver found.
Please do. It appears Mrs. Suma decided to take on my commission alone and set out to sea by herself. Perhaps things would have ended differently if there had been a boatman with her. Nope. Right.
So basically, this is the wooden box carving we found inside the metal box.
I see. So your map indicated the location of this wooden carving.
We believe so.
The question is why? Why go all the way to not just hide it, but to conceal the map in a mermaid mummy? How very intriguing. I suppose a carving like that would have had some value back in the day, but to go through all the effort to preserve it like this...
I believe what was preserved was not the carving itself, but the mermaid's memory that was stored inside the curse. Dun dun dun!
This guy. A curse? Then what now?
That's right! In other words, the one who made that box entrusted it with a message, and we are the recipients.
Please calm down, I'm feeling quite lost.
I know you're quite excited, but I think we have no choice but to start explaining the curse.
That's right, it's curse chit chat time. You may be a bit too rational to believe what I'm about to tell you, Mr. Ikoma. Even so, I ask that you try your best. Huh? If you're ready to hear it, I'm ready to say it. Come on, come! Give me your answer in the next 3 seconds. 3. I'm prepared, please tell me. I see. So the Taishima mermaid known as Hayase was killed by raiders. The hatred she left behind became a curse that entered this wooden carving. You, Avi, then inherited her curse in addition to information from 400 years ago in the form of a resentful memory.
You absorbed all of that quite efficiently. I'm impressed.
This is actually not the first time I've heard of what can happen if one touches a curse stone.
Oh?
Yes, but let's save that conversation for later. More importantly, you know what actually went down in Taishima 400 years ago.
That's right. I know the truth, all of it. What happened, what didn't. I know it.
You seem a bit frazzled. Do you need more time to collect your thoughts?
There's no need to worry. I am prepared, but it will take some time to explain.
That's what we're here for. That reminds me, I meant to ask about the metal box. If it's been laying on the seafloor for 400 years, how come it wasn't discovered until now?
It was most likely sealed inside a rock or something until a few months ago.
So it was sealed away until a certain amount of time had passed.
No, I believe the box's unsealing may have been triggered by something.
Was that triggered because we broke that chain? With the same symbol?
Maybe.
That would be an explanation, or at least.
It's time to reveal what truly happened 400 years ago to Taishima and the mermaids.
Please, do tell.
Around 400 years ago, the area of Shima province, which included Taishima, was governed by the Kuki clan. The leader of the clan at the time was Kuki Sumitaka, and it was his duty to protect the secret of the 3 mermaids living on Taishima. That must have been Sobei, Nagame, and Hayase. However, the legend that eating mermaid flesh could grant immortal life was well known. So he secretly hid them on Taishima so no one would learn about their existence. It appears Sumitaka thought of the mermaids as a sacred or divine existence. The thought of seeking immortality for himself likely never crossed his mind. The land where the mermaids lived was a sanctuary that he fiercely protected at all costs.
In other words, Taishima was an island where people worshipped the mermaids in secret.
Indeed, it meant the people living on the island were not simple commoners, but guards tasked with protecting the sanctuary and its mermaids. Sumitaka was so dedicated to keeping the mermaid secret that he kept the existence of Taishima out of historical records. The public believed the island was entirely uninhabited.
I see. By keeping its existence hidden, he was able to keep the mermaid safe.
However, a vassal of Sumitaka's uncle Yoshitaka learned about the mermaids on Taishima. He passed this information on to Yoshitaka, who believed obtaining immortality was a must to rise to the top in an era that was often plagued by war. He commanded his vassal to lead his army to Taishima, do whatever he had to return with the flesh of a mermaid. Sumitaka and those on the island resisted, but the invading army was far too powerful. The island was swiftly overrun. Ultimately, Hayase was captured and brought before the vassal. The vassal tortured her, demanding she grant them the power of immortality. But Hayase did not yield, even to the most hellish torments. She screamed and cursed with despair and anger until her dying breath.
That's horrible.
The hatred Hayase felt at the moment of her death led to the creation of the curse of the Forsaken Fish. And that is what I learned from the resentful memory inside the cursed stone. But to be honest, that is only half.
Half of what?
Half of the memories. The other half is the memories of the one who left behind the metal box. namely the story of how the curse of the Forsaken Fish became a curse. A curse stone.
So the descent, so might have been a descendant of the inhabitants of the island. That was the inhabitants that were protecting the mermaids. Gotcha. And also there's some of those that died on the island was what caused it to become the raging waves.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Having failed to obtain immortality, the vassal flew into a rage. He had all inhabitants of Taishima slaughtered as revenge for keeping this secret.
This guy was the worst.
Finally, he continued his advance into the sanctuary the islanders had protected down to the last man. There, he destroyed its shrine. What irony that he came so close to the secret he had been so desperate to find.
Are you saying the other two mermaids were still in the sanctuary?
No, they had already fled Taishima. Actually, there were two other survivors. Sumitaka's adopted daughter, Princess Hatsune, also escaped the chaos of the invasion unscathed.
Oh, hey, there's a Hatsune Miku back.
Nah.
There was one other islander who managed to survive as well, taking with them the treasure the mermaids had protected.
The mermaid's treasure?
This may shed some light on the descendant you spoke of earlier. Of course, she must be a descendant of the man that escaped that day.
That's a survivor from the island.
We know now she was correct when she spoke of the three mermaids living on Taishima.
So we do.
Putting descendants aside for now, let's return to 400 years ago. The vassal's invasion and destruction of the sanctuary was like a trigger. As a reaction to the sanctuary's fate and their own ill-deserved death, the sorrow and hatred of the highlands swirled together.
Yep.
And formed into the curse of the raging waves, a natural disaster that shook the heavens when it descended upon Taishima. The curse bombarded Taishima with violent winds, earthquakes, and thunder. Then, in a final act to protect Taishima's lost sanctuary, they sank it into the sea to destroy all evidence of it ever existing.
They destroyed it.
The small island of Taishima sunk swiftly under the waves. The vassal and all of his men were, of course, all killed thanks to the curse. But one problem remained.
That wasn't the end of it?
Taishima was destroyed by the natural disaster caused by the curse of the raging waves. But the calamity continued for many days. It must have seemed as though it would never end.
I can't imagine how terrifying it must have been.
Sumitaka even sought out a famous onmyoji to dispel the curse, but he was unsuccessful. The curse would eventually sink to the bottom of the sea, alongside the sanctuary, and be sealed there. Only then did the calamity end. Yet it appears this curse was so powerful that it required a sacrifice to be truly sealed.
A sacrifice?
Not just any sacrifice, but a living one. Princess Hatsune offered herself up to be the sacrifice.
Not Osato. Okay, we just got bamboozled then. So... right? Unless she was called like Hatsune Osato or some shit like that. You said she was Sumitaka's adopted daughter, yes? And that she lived on Taishima.
That appears to be the case. Sumitaka was evidently so taken with her that he decided to adopt her. The rumor that
The rumor that she threw herself down a well was likely spread to cover up the real cause of her death.
So Princess Hatsune was actually sacrificed.
The seal would hold for 400 years. They must have hoped that the curse itself would fade during that time too. However, the curse of the Forsaken Fish created by Hayase also continued to linger in the same place. So the onmyoji sealed inside the wooden carving, turning it into a cursed stone. Then the same on Myoji, knowing that seal will only last 400 years. Store his memories within the curse stone to pass on this information.
He wished to pass down his knowledge for others to use in the event the curse outlasted the 400-year lifespan of the seal. He left behind instructions on how to completely dispel the curse of the raging waves.
Indeed, I compiled it all in my files.
Okay, so Sato is either Hatsune or we're looking at something different right here. Something to have in the back of our minds.
Yeah.
Curse of the Raging Waves. In the event that the curse did not fade during the 400 years it was sealed, the Onmyoji region responsible for sealing the curse left behind a plan to dispel it. It was his belief that the curse power would have weakened enough by that point that performing the following steps would be enough to lift the curse completely. First, thou must unbind my seal, rising from the depths with the iron box. Unbind my seal, the shit that we did with Yuza. When we destroyed the chains, and then risen from the depths with the iron box. Yup. Second, thou must offer the stilitude mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice to the sanctuary. There's the mirror again. The mirror that the granny has. Offer them to the sanctuary. Gotcha. Third, let those who share blood with the lost souls of Taishima be the ones to offer appeasement. So either Somikawa or Yusa.
Yeah, Yusa or Somikawa. Which means we're gonna have to prevent their death later on.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
And that wraps it up! I got all that info beamed into my brain in a flash, and yet I still managed to present it as an enticing narrative, eh? How amazing was that?
You're utterly astounding. Wow, incredible.
Oh my god. I just had a thought. Yusa did say that he had a time limit to search for the mermaid, and that his reasons he will not tell. What if he actually does remember how to break this curse? And that's why we have the option to even break the chains in the ocean floor. Another thought.
Might be cooking there.
Yeah, another food for thought.
I compiled all the details of the story in these files, so feel free to go over it with at your own pace.
Oh, thank you. The invasion of Taishima. Around 400 years ago during the Sengoku period, Oda Nobunaga was assassinated at the Honji Temple. Kuki Yoshitaka, commander of the Kuki Navy, had steadily been gaining influence within the clan, but he now found himself at a crossroads in an era still racked by the turmoil of war. It was then that a vassal of the Kuki clan, Komatsu Sadamune, approached him with some intriguing information. According to Sadamune, 3 mermaids were said to be living on Taishima under the protection of some of the island's residents, even though the island was originally thought to be uninhabited. It was widely known through folklore that eating the flesh of a mermaid granted one immortality and eternal youth. Sadamune urged Yoshitaka to take advantage of this, suggesting that if he possessed such power, an invincible army would be his to command. Seeing this as the opportunity he had been waiting for, Yoshitaka ordered Sadamune to capture the mermaids and bring them back to him. However, Kuki Sumitaka, Yoshitaka's nephew and head of the clan at the time, strongly opposed his approaching Taishima. It was in fact Sumitaka who had secretly been protecting the mermaids on Taishima, believing the mermaids to be messengers to the gods and the islands as sacred sanctuary. He had worked to keep them isolated from outside influence. His adopted daughter, Princess Hatsune, was also living in hiding on Taishima at the time for other reasons, which further strengthened his opposition to Yoshitaka's plan. However, it was not long after before Komatsu's Sadamune learned of this. He reported to Yoshitaka that Sumitaka was not only planning to keep the mermaids for himself, but was also secretly moving to build an army of his own. Infuriated by what he perceived as an act of rebellion, Yoshitaka gave the order for Sadamune to prepare a military mission of Taishima. Upon receiving the order, Komatsu Sadamune immediately set sail for Taishima at the head of a large army. Caught off guard by the unexpected attack, Sumitaka scrambled to send out his own forces in an attempt to resist, but was unable to prevent the enemy from landing. In the blink of an eye, the once peaceful and beautiful landscape of Taishima was transformed into a nightmare. The islanders, guardians of the sacred land, desperately fought back, but they stood no chance against the seasoned soldiers, hardened by years of battle on the front lines. And one after another, they fell before the invaders. Sadamune ordered that even women and children be cut down without mercy, and soon the waters around Taishima ran red with blood. Sadamune's forces swept across the island, searching for every inch for signs of the mermaids as they pressed their assault. Finally, they discovered a mermaid in hiding by the name of Hayase and captured her. Sadamune demanded that she make his troops immortal, but the mermaid staunchly refused. Even as Sadamune turned to torture, inflicting unspeakable pain with every refusal, the torture escalated until eventually even her supernatural nature was not enough to withstand the torment. On the brink of death and resigned to her fate, Hayase gave a final terrible cry overflowing with resentment and anger as she breathed her last. Sadamune ordered his men to take the flesh from her body, but as they moved to do so, a strange phenomenon began to occur. All the soldiers who approached her body began to transform into fish, their bodies decaying rapidly as the transformation took hold. Hayase had cast a curse upon them with her dying breath. With the one mermaid Sadamune had captured dead, and his forces decimated, he began a mad search of the island in pursuit of the remaining two mermaids. Eventually, he found a deep cave in the interior of the island that extended far beneath the earth, reaching down to the sea floor. In the deepest part of the cave was a shrine, and a door with a powerful seal over it that he couldn't open no matter how hard he tried. Convinced this had to be the entrance to the sacred land, the home of the mermaids, Sadamune gathered all his remaining gunpowder and artillery and unleashed it on the door, destroying both it and the shrine in the process. The next moment, a violent tremor wrecked the entire island, and the skies above were engulfed by a storm. The repercussions of his desecration of the sacred land and the resentment of the islanders he had senselessly slaughtered blended together, unleashing an all-consuming calamity that seemed to shake the very heavens and earth. Ravaged by fierce earthquakes and vicious storms, Taishima sank beneath the waves, as if nature itself sought to protect the sacred land by erasing all traces of its existence. Thus were Taishima and the sacred land, along with Sadamune and his army, lost to the sea in an instant. The only survivors of this tragedy were two mermaids and two islanders that had successfully made their escape from the island. Hayase had in fact stayed behind as bait to allow the others to escape. The two surviving islanders were Princess Hatsune and a man named Somekawa, who had been assigned the duty of protecting a relic important to the mermaids. However, the tale did not end with the sinking of Taishima. Sumitaka eventually made it to the seas near the island, but a fierce anger and resentment darkened the waters around it, and the curse born from the dark emotions, the curse of the raging waves, had given its rise to a storm that continued to rage even several days after the incident. Furthermore, the curse born from Hayase's final moments, the curse of the Forsaken Fish, also continued to extend its influence on the area, causing anyone who entered the storm domain to transform into a fish. The situation had grown beyond anyone's ability to control. Sumitaka, looking for a solution, turned to the Sushi Mikado, huh? It's one of the family of Seimen! It's from the family of Seimen!
Oh, okay, the plot thickens.
Turned to Sushi Mikado Harukage, a renowned onmyoji and friend of Princess Hatsune. After conducting an investigation, Harukage concluded that the source of the curse was the sacred land, now sunk beneath the waves. Although the curse was too powerful to dispel, it would be possible to seal the sacred land by offering up a sacrifice, thereby suppressing its calamitous effects. The seal would last for 400 years. by which time he anticipated that the curse of the raging waves would dissipate. Hearing this, Princess Hatsune volunteered to sacrifice herself in the hopes that it will bring a peace to the souls of the islanders who had looked after her during her time on Taishima. With her noble sacrifice, the storm at last died down, and peace was restored to the seas around the island. A bronze mirror in Princess Hatsune possession at the time, Sato did say that the mirror was hers. Remember?
Yeah.
So she is Hatsune. But yeah, a bronze mirror in Princess Hatsune's possession at the time was imbued with power to serve as a talisman to calm raging waves, and was passed from person to person over the years, eventually making its way to Kameshima. Tsuchimikado Harukage was also able to seal the curse of the Forsaken Fish in the wooden accessory that Princess Hatsune had been wearing, turning it into a curse stone. Harukage used the resentful memories contained within the curse stone to create a record of the event, which he sealed within a heavily locked iron box before concealing it in a rock on the seabed. In the event the curse of the raging waves had not abated even after 400 years, he made it so that the seal on the rock would be lifted at the same time as the seal on the sacred land. So the record of what had happened and the method of undoing the curse would make its way to future generations. Meanwhile, to protect the sacred land and the mermaids, Sumitaka ensured all records of Taishima were erased, so no mention of the island or of the disaster that had befallen it would make its way into historical accounts. He also concocted a tale in which Princess Hatsune had thrown herself down a well in defiance of a political marriage in order to conceal her sacrifice. Afterwards, Kuki Yoshitaka, infuriated not only by his failure to obtain immortality but also by the loss of his primary military force, murdered Sumitaka, who opposed him to the very end, and seized control of the Kuki clan in both name and nature. He had his vassals search the area around Taishima countless times after that, but it is said that they found neither the mermaids nor any trace of their existence. What a fucking story!
Yeah.
Oh, okay. After Mizusuma found the metal box, you mean to tell me she died? She's died?
It is likely. If we consider that the curse of the Forsaken Fish has completely saturated the metal box, it is likely already too late for her.
How horrible!
Since she's likely turned into a fish and died soon after, there is a high chance her transformed body will wash up on shore soon.
Oh, think?
We're in Ikoma's death. I suppose we ought to tell him everything we learned.
Oh.
Wait a second.
Is something wrong?
Avi, if someone is affected by the curse of the Forsaken Fish, the transformation starts at the feet and travels slowly up, yes?
I believe so, though it is hard to say for sure without witnessing it.
If it is true, then that may explain the true identity of the fish mermaids discovered in this area. It could have been the bodies of those who died in the middle of transforming due to the curse of the Forsaken Fish.
Oh, that's a convincing theory. Fish mermaids have been recorded as having only human heads or faces, or appearing human just from the chest or shoulders up. If the curse starts at the feet and travels upwards, that would explain the variety of fish mermaids that have appeared.
The process is so painful that most died mid-transformation. Then the curse causes the corpse to rapidly wither, forming a fibrous mass.
Yeah.
It may even be the true identity of your mermaid mummy.
Interesting. Still, without analyzing it directly, there is no way to know for certain. But perhaps this is why the mermaid's mummies originating from Japan are such high quality.
Of course, this doesn't mean that all fish mermaids and mermaid mummies are authentic.
But it means there's a possibility.
Actually, I just remembered there were 2 points from your tale I wanted to discuss.
About the events 400 years ago.
My first point concerns the vessel who tortured the mermaid in an attempt to obtain immortality. If all he needed was the mermaid's flesh, what necessity would there be in torturing her?
Oh, that's true. It could mean that the vessel ate the mermaid's flesh but did not become immortal. So he tortured her to figure out why.
Are you a descendant of one of those fuckers, maybe? Is that what you are?
That's the vibe I'm getting. As for the second observation, I have a theory about the area you described as the sanctuary. Could it be possible you were referring to an entrance to Ryugu?
Ryugu?
It is sometimes also referred to as the eternal world, or the world beyond. In some legends, mermaids are priestesses who serve the ruler of Ryugu, the god of the sea.
I see. If the sanctuary was actually an entrance to Ryugu, then that could mean that the mermaids were not living on Taishima, but merely traveling there from Ryugu.
Yes, I believe that to be the case. That would also explain why the destruction of the sanctuary would inspire the fury of the god of the sea. To be honest, it's difficult to believe that the grudges of the inhabitants of Taishima would be enough to explain what happened. How could they possibly engender a curse powerful enough to sink an island and linger for more than 400 years? However, it's quite easy to believe that a curse from Ryugu could maintain such power.
That also explains the necessity of a living sacrifice. Of course, one would be required to seal an entrance to Ryugu. But if the entrance to Ryugu was sealed, what became of the 2 mermaids that fled Taishima?
I doubt Sobai and Nagame managed to return to Ryugu. I believe they have been living here in the human world for the past 400 years, waiting for the seal to be lifted. They just hid somewhere away from human eyes.
Right. If that is true, then they've been successfully hiding for over 400 years.
Of course, if they were able to hide themselves at the bottom of the sea, it'd be practically impossible to find them. It is also possible they've been wandering the globe rather than lingering in one place.
That could explain all the mermaid sightings around the world. They could all be the same, this same too.
All this discussion of hiding made me realize something.
What is it?
Do you recall the story Mr. Ikoma told us yesterday? Of the mermaid who became human?
Are you suggesting she decided to join human society because she could not return to Ryugu?
It's a possibility we should consider.
But that occurred only a few decades ago. Why would she decide to become human just before the seal was released?
Perhaps her circumstances changed. We can only speculate on the motivations of someone who has lived for centuries. It's possible she did not feel compelled, but decided to become human out of her own desire.
Could she have met someone she wanted to live a mortal life with, like in The Little Mermaid? That's what I was thinking.
That's certainly possible, and quite romantic too.
I'll have to write this down. It could make a solid novel.
Oh, I've just realized something.
What is it?
You heard about the mermaids from the descendant of the Taishima survivor, yes?
That's correct. I feel it's totally right that they are informed of the things we learn. We'd love to talk to her. We are quite curious about this mermaid treasure too. It must have been passed down to them through the generations. I understand. I'll probably drop by her place later anyway, since I also have to handle the matter with Mrs. Suma. I'll discuss it with her then. Thanks, that'll be great. That said, in return, I have a favor to ask of you. Go ahead, we will do whatever we can. You said that the seal over the entrance to Ryugu has been lifted, is that correct?
Yes. It has most likely been gone for several months now.
Huh? Really?
A horrible curse has been swirling around the sea where Taishima used to be. It's possible that the curse of the raging waves, and it surged up from it's possible that curse is the curse of the raging waves, and it surged up from Ryugu once more now that the seal has been lifted. The fact that we are able to open the metal box is proof enough that the seal has faded.
That would mean the entrance to Ryugu is now open.
Well, the situation is quite unstable now, what with the curse of the raging waves seeping through the entrance.
At any rate, what did you want us to do?
Can you imagine that the outing that we went with, No, wait, no, it wouldn't add to the Thailand. I was gonna say, can you imagine that that fucking diving session happened a month before? But it wouldn't add up.
No, it really wouldn't.
There is an island called Kamishima that is located quite close to where Taishima once was. There is something I would like you to do for me there. This request does in fact have some relation to our current conversation.
Oh?
Date unknown, August 1980, night, Toba City, Ryokan Yasuru.
Now then, Avi. We decided to tell Ikoma everything, but now I know there's some information. But I know there's some information you kept from him.
Oh, did I?
Yes, something from the mermaid's memories. The real way to obtain immortality.
Oh, that's right. I see no reason to inform him about it. After all, no matter what he may say about tourist attractions, this guy is also after immortality. I saw him straightening up when you talk about the mermaid being tortured because her captor required more than her flesh for immortality.
Are you sure? I thought his goal, if he had one, if he even had one, was to quell the curse of the raging waves.
I highly doubt it.
Perhaps there's that too. He even asked us to go to Kamishima and find this still-tied mirror in his stead. You did mention lifting the curse required. You did mention lifting the curse required the mirror as well, as the help of a Taishima descendant, right?
There's also something about lifting a seal first. But I don't know what that part's all about. We already did that part!
Yeah, we already did that one.
Well, I see no harm in quelling the curse, so I say we continue to cooperate for now.
Agreed. Though I do not wish we have to approach Kamishima at all. The evil atmosphere is nauseating.
However, we must consider the possibility that Ikoma actually has his eyes set on the mermaids in Ryugu. It's possible he may be searching for mermaids like us. I suppose the discussion can wait for later. First, we must find the treasure that the survivor managed to slip out of Taishima.
You mean the treasure required in addition to mermaid flesh when attempting to gain immortality?
Yes, it's a treasure known as the
Tamatebako? The one from fucking Urashima Taro? Yeah, shit, Culture Society, where the fuck was it? Summer Triangle... no. Not here, oh yeah, Tale of Urashima Taro, yeah. Yeah, this is what they also talk about Ryugu and other shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a parting gift, she handed him a mysterious box, a Tama tobacco. Or warned him to not, never to open it. And yeah, and when he opens it, he all the years regress, but he also regrets with the age. Yeah, it's a treasure known as the Tame tobacco. Mermaid flesh has to be put inside and purified by it to have any effect. So, provided one has both the flesh of a human mermaid and a Tama tobacco, then immortality is indeed attainable. Boom! Well, shit, now we know. Tama tobacco. A box often referred to as a relic, used by mermaids who once lived near Taishima. A similar box also made its appearance in the Tale of Urashima Taro, yep. As the box gifted to the eponymous protagonist by Otome Hime, leading to its name becoming widely known. The box is filled with a spiritual energy similar in nature to that which fills Ryugu, the mermaid's original home. Objects filled within it may thus be kept in the same state they would be within Ryugu. It is said that the mermaids use the box to bring objects from Ryugu with them that they would otherwise have been unable to transport to the material world. But it also has the secondary effect of returning mermaid flesh, normally only able to exist in transient state in the material world, to the state it would be in Ryugu, thereby restoring its ability to grant immortality.
If we could meet with the Taishima descendant, they could possibly provide us with information on the Tama tobacco.
I concur. If we could get our hands on the Tama tobacco, we wouldn't have to worry about Ikoma. However, it's likely he's wary of us and will keep us from meeting the descendant.
At the very least, we know he's cautious enough to keep her name secret. That's why I asked him. That's why I asked him to hand her our little souvenir.
Oh, what was that all about anyway? You sure you're not going to need that iron box?
I doubt we will need it again. Plus, you can think of it as a backup plan.
She can use it to sense where it is with her ability.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah, oh my god.
That is brilliant.
Regardless of what happens, we'll be able to meet with the descendant tomorrow. Let's get our hands on that mermaid treasure. Time to find a Tama tobacco.
Okay.
That's the end of that one. And now we finally have access to this. Woo!
Kameshima investigation.
Oh yeah, and here we see these two too. Ooh. Okay, how much longer do you have before you go, by the way?
I've got about an hour.
Okay, in that case, let's leave it off here for today.
Okie dokie.
Although I wonder though, which story would you continue from these two? From here, or we continue from?
I mean,
from here?
we could still keep going with Avi. Now that we've unlocked something with Yumeko, we can leave that for when we're done with Avi's stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking.
Since like we're already this deep. We're already this deep. Might as well keep her going.
Yeah. Also, birds.
Birds. We have like most of them actually. We're almost done.
Yeah, we have been pretty diligent on finding them this time around. And in case I miss some by the end, then well, that'll be that. Okay, but yeah, going by this timeline at the very least. Yeah. Yeah. They still don't know about the. Yeah, so they got the box. But they needed the seal to be cut, which we did. I did here, basically.
Yeah, which you had done when you were busy grinding.
Exactly. And besides that, what else did I need it? Shit, where is that? No, it's not in here. So triangle, tobacco, free. Okay, yeah, no, it's not in this. What's it here then? Ryu, Tama Tobacco, no. Genie Immortal, Paranormal Affairs, Cold, Curstone, Psychic Experiences, Curse the Raging Waves. Okay, yeah. First, I must unbind my seal, risen from the depths with the iron box. We ended up unbinding the seal, yes. Second, thou must offer the steel-toothed mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice to the sanctuary. Oh, the sanctuary must be the one in the... Is the sanctuary the shrine that Granny's keeping in? Or is it the one in fucking Ryugu? In fucking Taishima?
It could be either, actually.
Yeah, we'll get that later. Third, let those who share blood with the lost souls of Taishima be the ones to offer appeasement. So yeah, either Somekawa or Yusa. Honestly, at this point, it must likely be Yusa, given that Somekawa is gonna fucking die in a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be all for today, guys. If you guys liked the video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm become part of the Discord server, so it'll be starting new uploads to YouTube, and wherever I will be going on live on Twitch in a few months, maybe, hopefully. Without that, I bid you all, my dear travelers, adieu. So bye bye, and have a great day, everybody.
Bye bye.